Hello, welcome to our channel, Living in the Tennessee Bottoms. I'm Miss Libby, and today we're gonna make an apple pie. Um, Down here in the bottoms, this was one of our things we made a lot on Sundays was apple pies and banana pudding, and was one of our favorite things growing up. Well, you use Granny Smith apples, and I've already got my apples cut up. I was gonna show you how I do it. I don't have an apple peeler, but I've got this little device here, and it really just gets the core of the apple out. And I have told y'all over in my other videos that I use my apple peelings, potato peelings, any banana peelings, anything goes to the chicken, so it don't get wasted around here. And then I just peel the apple, and then I try to slice them up as thin as I can. But this apple pie recipe I got off of a Crisco can in the 70s when I was raising our kids. We had a neighbor. We moved by this neighbor, and her name was Miss Clara, and she was a sweet woman. I was a young mother, and she was an older woman, and I learned a lot from her. But she had apple trees and all kinds of fruit trees, and she would let me pick her apples, and I started making apple pies. And I kept apple pies in the freezer, and I would have them all stacked up in the freezer. And they was ready to be put in the oven. So I was blessed living by her. But like I said, this recipe here I got from a Crisco can, and you don't use any Crisco in the pie filling, but when you make your pie crust, you use the Crisco. And I used to, back in that day, I used to make my own crust. But as the years went by, I can still make pie crust, but it's so much easier for me just to buy them already made. Sometimes it's cheaper to buy them already made. Okay, when you make this apple pie, you use a deep dish pie crust. You don't want no pie crust that's small, but you want this is a deep dish pie crust. And all you do is you just take an apple pie. Take your pie crust, and you just fill it full of apples. And I peeled these apples. I use a whole bag of apples. And I will fill this up as high I can get, because it will cook down, and these apples will cook down. So so as much apples you can get in your pie crust, just put as many as you can in it. This is a really good apple pie recipe. I'm always looking for recipes, and I'm always changing up recipes, but this is one recipe that I've never changed. This is the only recipe I've got that I will use for an apple pie. See how full it is? I don't know if I'm able to get all of them in there, but like I said, I use as many apples as I can. I think that's good. So your apple pie, it costs, well, let me give me a little bowl. It costs for 3/4 of sugar. And it calls for 2 tablespoons of flour. Let me get me a bigger measuring cup. My 3/4 of sugar and 2 tablespoons of flour. And then it calls for a teaspoon of cinnamon. This apple pie, when it comes out of the oven, you can serve it with Cool Whip or vanilla ice cream. It's really is good. With 4th of July coming, it'd be a good dessert to make. Because living down here in these Tennessee bottoms, you know, we was growing up on apple pies and all kinds of pies like that. When we was growing up, if you lived on a homestead that had fruit trees, pecan trees, if you had blackberries that growed on your fence row, you was really blessed, because even back in my day, groceries has always been expensive. That's how come we was always looking for something that we could go out and just pick. Growing up down here in these Tennessee bottoms, you know, like I said, there was always a homestead somewhere. I don't remember having any kind of fruit trees growing up down here in our yard, but our neighbors would have them. And then blackberries. Mama used to make blackberry cobbler, you know, and we used to go pick strawberries. So. And then poke salad. I don't know if you know anything about poke salad. We used to go and pick poke salad and cook poke salad. So that's just how we was raised. So you just put this flour, sugar, and cinnamon all in this over your apples. And you preheat your oven 400 degrees, and you're gonna cook this apple pie for about 45 minutes. But after 30 minutes in the oven, your pie crust is gonna start getting a little brown, and you don't want it to get too brown. So you'll take some aluminum foil and go across the crust right here. So, my mess. Well, you take another pie shell, and hopefully I can get this out without it sticking. Sometimes it comes out perfect, and sometimes it wants to stick. Well, I hope everybody's having a good day today. I went to have my mammogram. I told y'all in another video that I had breast cancer in 1999, and I know I haven't stayed on top of going and being checked, but I went through the chemo, radiation, and all of that. Well, I went today and had a mammogram done, and everything was fine. And I thank the Lord that everything was fine. So it's something I need to stay on top of. I just hate going to the doctor, and I know I need to go to the doctor more often. But I am a blessed woman. I don't take any kind of medicine. I take an over-the-counter melatonin to sleep to sleep at night, and that's all I take is something to sleep at night, and it's this melatonin. So I am blessed, and I don't have to take any medicine. Well, when you cook this pie, you need to have something underneath it. So if it was to ooze out, you won't get in your oven. But you just poke holes in it, and then we're going to sprinkle it with some more sugar. And then we're going to put some more cinnamon on it. Just a little bit of cinnamon. If you really like cinnamon, just really put a lot of cinnamon on it. Just do it the way you would want to do it. And then we're going to dot it with butter. But if you have a favorite way that you do your apples, let me know. Just leave something in the comments and let me know, because I'm always looking at different ways of doing things. But like I said, this is just an old recipe that I've had forever, and it's a recipe that has worked for me, and I enjoy it. It's an apple pie that I really enjoy eating. So, but as this apple pie cooks, it'll cook down. So we're just going to put it in the oven at 400 degrees and let it cook. Well, I'm gonna let it cook about 30 minutes, and then I'm gonna check on it, and it should start getting brown. And when it start getting brown, I'll take it out, and I'll just put some aluminum foil on it and cook it for about another 15-20 minutes. Okay, I'll be right back after I cook it. Well, it's been about 45 minutes, and let's see what it looks like. Well, I put some aluminum foil over it because I did not want to get it too brown. So, I don't know if you can see it or not. Here's my apple pie. Like I said, if you put some aluminum foil down, it will help it when it starts oozing out a little bit. You won't mess up your pan if you put some aluminum foil. So we're gonna have company tomorrow night. So this apple pie will be one of my desserts that I will serve. But this apple pie, I'm gonna go back over the ingredients again. So you just take a deep shell pie crust, and you just fill it full of as many sliced apples as you can. And then you just take a bowl and mix up 3/4 cup of sugar, 2 tablespoons of flour, a teaspoon of cinnamon, and you just mix it up and just pour it over your apples. And then I usually dot that with butter, and then I put my pie the next pie crust over it, and then you gotta fork it to let some of the steam come out, and sprinkle some sugar and cinnamon, and dot it with some butter, and you're gonna cook it in a 400 degrees oven for you cook it about 30 minutes, and then after 30 minutes, you don't really, if you let it cook for 45 minutes, it'll get so brown, and you don't want that. So just put some aluminum foil over it after 30 minutes, and then let it cook another 15 or 20 minutes, and you got an apple pie. Well, after this cools off, I'll put this in the refrigerator, and when we want apple pie, I'll slice it. I put it in the microwave just for 30 seconds or so, according, just get it warm, and I'll put some ice cream on it, or some Cool Whip, whatever I've got, and it is comfort food. It's really good. So we're gonna be posting our videos every Thursday and every Saturday, and we'll try to post maybe 2 videos each time we post, because we want to get as many videos out there as we can. Like I said, we're new to the channel, and we just want to teach our young couples that's just now getting started, how to cook. And I've been cooking for 52 years or 53 years, many years. I've been out on my own. I got married in 72, and I have learned a lot of recipes. I learned how to do things, try and error, So I just pray that y'all come along with us on our journey. We're semi-retired, and we just started doing this just to give us something to do. And we have taught children's church for the past 20 years, and I've always enjoyed teaching. So this is one of my ways of, in my older years, be able to still teach some of the things that I know. Mr. Barry, he's out there in the garden. He said we got summer squash ready. So tonight we're gonna have some fried squash, and it's gonna be good. And until next time, I just wish you would like and subscribe and help our channel out, and we sure do appreciate it. And I just pray that God bless you all today and in everything y'all do. Until next time, bye-bye.